Everything big, secret, and waiting to be revealed in gaming is held out for the huge week in June for E3. While some have opted to skip E3 2020, Sony being the biggest company to no-show, E3 was still in the plans to be bigger than ever. Microsoft held back in 2019 with few big things to show, but this year would be the payoff. Now it turns out that Xbox and the rest of the world won't make it this year. E3 is canceled. Or is it? This is Colteastwood. Normally I'm super excited to bring you the latest news, but today I'm pretty bummed. I won't make the trip to LA for E3, and I've been hearing a ton behind the scenes that promises a wealth of information for Xbox fans that will be rolling out and how E3 2020 will look regardless of the cancellation. If you like this kind of content, let me know by liking the video and subscribing. If you want to support the content, I'll have details at the end of the video, so let's get right into it. Early on March 11th, 2020, just 3 months before the event, the ESA, the association behind the yearly Gaming and Electronics Expo, announced that E3 2020 was being canceled, allowing press, industry, and fans enough time to refund and cancel travel plans. The E3 convention regularly houses some 50,000 to 60,000 people from around the world. Until things worldwide get under control, it is a smart proactive move to minimize the gathering of thousands of people. The hands-on approach of seeing new tech and games firsthand will be missed, but Microsoft is adjusting in-place plans to deliver the full E3 2020 briefing and experience it without bringing thousands to the Microsoft Theater in LA. This week, Phil Spencer, head of Xbox, tweeted out, "E3 has always been an important moment for Team Xbox. Given this decision, this year will celebrate the next generation of gaming with the Xbox community and all those who love to play via an Xbox digital event. Details on timing and more in the coming weeks." Those familiar with the Xbox yearly briefing at E3 know that the event is packed with gameplay trailers and information about the expanding platform. Xbox can still provide the same content without a live audience full of fans and industry media. The question is, can the buzz of a crowd generate the same electricity that fans watching at home will experience with a closed studio presentation? Yes, if Microsoft and the Xbox team stay true to the already planned and ordered E3 briefing for 2020. The event will likely be hosted over Mixer, Twitch, and YouTube around the same time as the E3 week, with all the same people involved in front of and behind the cameras, but this time recorded and streamed from the home of Xbox in Washington State. If you paid close attention to E3 2019 and XO19 at the end of last year, you'd see that Xbox Game Studios held back almost all of their future content, save for several games made for current Xbox One. E3 2020 is all about next generation, so expect to hear about Playground's worst-kept secret RPG game, Turn 10's reimagined full-bodied racing juggernaut Forza Motorsport 8, Gears Tactics coming to Xbox Series X, as well as the console version of Flight Simulator. Ninja Theory will show us more of the upcoming Hellblade 2 Senua's Sacrifice, and finally, what the initiative is creating for the early part of the next generation. By this time, xCloud will be almost ready to launch, with almost 100 games already on the service. Xbox will talk a lot about bringing your games to phones, TVs, and PC. Xbox E3 2020 will briefly focus on the new generation of Xbox consoles, as by then we will already have the technical breakdown of the specs and what we can expect from the Xbox Series X console and its companion to run our new games moving forward. The focus will be on games, and Xbox Game Studios has a ton of games to show the world this year for the next generation, with news of Obsidian working on a Skyrim-like fantasy RPG, and Exile building an all-new game with Sony's Santa Monica head of studio leading the project. This will be the first E3 for Xbox that is absolutely loaded with fresh new first-party content exclusive to the Xbox platform on Windows, PC, and Xbox. For those hundreds and even thousands that hope for hands-on experience with Xbox games for E3, this won't be possible, but the hundreds that attend Xbox FanFest each year, the head of FanFest Initiative assured fans, quote, "Per what ESA and Phil Spencer have said, the physical E3 Expo 2020 is canceled, which means a physical Xbox FanFest at the same time would not happen either. Safety above all. However, the experience of FanFest is not tied solely to an in-person moment. Stay tuned for updates." This means that Xbox is not forgetting the connection of fans that FanFest provides, and this could mean that they plan to involve a lottery of giveaways and fan service over the miles to make E3 special for those that will miss it in 2020. We don't know what Chris, aka Money Rumble, has in store, but this is something to be on the lookout for since thousands apply for the chance to be a part of Xbox FanFest. XO20, the yearly Xbox experience that is usually hosted late in the year, has not been determined, but Phil Spencer has so much more in store with news, announcements, and reveals that Xbox fans should be prepared for the hype train for next generation to not stop, because it is definitely not slowing down, and it all starts next week. This is Colteastwood. Thank you so much for watching. I was on the weekly show RDX Podcast on Dealer Gaming's channel when the news broke for E3 being canceled. I'm still reeling from the bad news, and it affects so many things that I had planned this year. My biggest worry is that E3 struggles to recover from big names leaving and missing 2020. My experience at E3 and FanFest last year was amazing. I was glad I was able to go, but I was ready to return. But this year, as news rolls in for Xbox Weekly, which I'm expecting and hearing, stay tuned right here and I'll get the reports to you. If you want to hear more about Xbox and E3, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell to be notified for new content. For those that really appreciate the work I do, you can support the channel. I use the best equipment and software out there to bring you high quality 4K 60 gameplay, informational videos, and Patreon and channel memberships help fund the channel to make all of this possible. Those of you that reach out on Xbox and Twitter in the comment section with feedback and support, that is very valuable. Thank you so much. Come back here next week. There'll be some big news. I'll break it all down for you. Until then, I'll see you in the comment section. This is an Xbox-centric channel, and non-Xbox gaming fans have been a bit cranky. So watch out while you're commenting. Be respectful, stay on topic, and please, be nice.